through it for a moment. Dianic, these are the current standings for the top 8 in the region, and we know, of course, that this is
a huge difference in the overall standing. But here's the factor, right? It is a cash out at the end of the day. They need to prove themselves in a singularity of a cash out. Boba's that I do fear here is going to have a bit of a disadvantage is going to be Random Tongues, because they do struggle a bit in the cash outs.
They absolutely do, and they won't want to be speaking in rap. First team to book their spot in the grand final today. Do you think they can do it again?
Listen, absolutely I do. Not gonna lie, after the performance we've seen today from Boba, these stats...
The day, 2 teams go home, 2 teams get to the final. Dread, Dianic, take it away.
Oh, Fangway City Dianic. Oh, I'm so excited for this one.
Listen, my veins are popping right now. I want to be honest with you, man. Fangway City as the last cash out map is going to make things so much more spicy and interesting. We've already seen this map last cycle, but not at this stake. And right now, we can definitely tell that these teams are going to be under a lot of pressure. Boba already fighting against 5 Fears. The 2 teams that have been picked in the prediction on the first fight already. Look at Nigeria already being taken out. That's the first one gone. It's a 2v3 now being established. Bama taking a little bit of damage. Barricades himself in a corner, but he's going to be cooked alive. He's going to be found in the meanwhile. All up to Cyborg now in a 1v3 scenario. At this point, might as well just take the wipe and reset every single one of them. He will find to his name. Treason is now gone, the winch there as well, and the wipe has been delivered. In the meanwhile, Dread, a plug has already happened. Special Force, they made it quick.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they did that, but they just prioritized that plug because the fight is still going on over there, it looks like, with Special Force being on the upper hand of that. And there it is. Yerg with a triple kill on the other side of the map, taking out Random Tongues and buying them a little bit more time on that cash out that is already plugged. Wow, what a play by Special Force there. And now we've got both of these cash outs going. Timers starting to tick down.
It's a big issue for the side of Boba, but they really need to get this under their control. But we can see how much manipulation there is with the cash out itself. So many positions is being winched into. A lot of exposure as well to the cash outs. And we can see Boba Slurper now having a bit of a cheeky attack here onto Special Force. They might be able to get to the first pick onto Yerg. Look at how much damage they're just delivering, but they're not taking any by themselves. They also have a gateway already ready, and they have the building of the cash out under their control, but there's a flank. Look at that. Monster Pig will get the first one. It's going to set them back just a tiny little bit. They're going to have to regroup here and do not fall under the chasing. But it's just a bit difficult to get away when there's so many zoners. Look at him. He's really just trying his best, but they're back up on their feet, back down to a 3v3, and the meanwhile being chased and not allowed to lose their eyes on their prize. A kill has happened, and they're just so far away from the cash out.
Yeah, but Cyborg was able to get a trade onto Nuok there, which is a really important trade, especially since he was able to bide so much time there running around without getting caught there chasing. But the point is still in control of Special Force, but Jurgens have gone down and Monster Pig. Now it's only Nuok. There is plenty of time on this, but I think if Nuok's not able to get this, then that's it for Boba Slurpers to take that box. What a really good play by Cyborg to be able to run around and stay alive there and then turn that on them to be able to get that point, which puts them pretty healthily in coming up into... Actually, no, not even the first place spot, because I guess 5 Fears have just got that much kill money, and I believe they got the plug over here on this side, but he can't get in there because of the barricades. But he is going to still stop them on the other side. Carnifex coming in with the help. Treason, 2 HP, getting away from Roma there with that escape gateway, and 5 Fears able to hold on to that one.
Nearly a cheeky little bit of a swap, but it's not going to happen. Roma will find 1 very low HP. Now, he's going to have to be careful here not to be wiped. Every single cent of the money is now important. He finds himself being the invis, but of course he's going to have to reset his entirety of the team, and that's going to be a tough one. If every single body's in there, the witch just misses. But here again, it just comes down to not be wiped. He cannot really undo the already destined future, but there's already a Volt fight happening on the other side. It's already been opened. It's going to be Bopus up against Special Force, yet again battling it out on the rooftops here, especially on that mountain on the shrine. But Nigeria's just falling back here. A little bit of Special Force have the upper hand. They're 3 men against 1. He's just running away to just make sure he does not lose any money from the game cash out.
Yeah, and it's crazy to me how much money Five Fears has right now. I think they definitely got that plug, which got them a little bit of money there, but they must just have so much kill money right now to put them at 16.5K. But Special Force, even though they did wipe and lose that last point, they were able to move this box around and get a plug of their own, which will push them into the second place spot there. And Five Fears getting another plug, which is really, really healthy for their lead there. And Jurg is going to go ahead and winch that box out there, kind of surfboarding it a little bit through the air just for some extra style points while he repositions that cash box. But we got a little bit of a fight breaking out on this side. It looks like a steal is going to go through. Random Tongues is going to hold on to it. Carnifex is down, and he only has 1 coin left. So he's going to have to back off just a little bit, and they're going to have to get Carnifex up because they do not want to spend too much here because it looks like there's another team coming in, Dianic.
So 3 teams gathering around this D cash out box. From the side of Random Tanks, this is not a great position to be in, but Special Force, they're just enjoying the time on the other side not being contested. The real question is here now, which team is actually going to fall off with the second they realize it's a 3-team cash out. Might be one pulling away, and we saw Five Phases. The team is going to pull away and focus their attention to the other cash out, while Bulbasaur are going to have now a face-on fight with Random Thugs. If they really want to make this one true. Nigeria is going to be first one to be taken out. Quite a lot of damage there. Was a bit staggered away from the team. Cyborg and Palmer now need to be the difference here. But unfortunately, Random Tanks are just so good at controlling the whole building. They're all over the place. At the same time, never to be seen in the mine. Oh, a bit unfortunate. Gives away the position and opens up an opportunity when they have the Bulbasaur to come in with some kills. But unfortunately, it's going to go against them. As Palmer has been found, Cyborg is the last man standing. Is going to be wiped as well. That's now money lost, and Random Tank's gonna keep the cash out under control, while Special Forces, again, still contesting or waiting for somebody to contest them.
Yeah, and everybody really putting lots of pressure on Five Fears there because they've got such a massive lead. They do not want them to get any higher on that, but they did a really good job at not wiping there because that would have been extremely detrimental for Five Fears. But now that they are back up and alive, they do lose that cash out, but they still hold on to that second place position. And now, here's where it starts to get really tough because we're coming into the last couple cash boxes, and Special Force, they're in the lead right now. They can really kind of dictate what's going to be going on here. They can either play keep away with this box, or they can plug it, but they're definitely going to want to make sure that this stays split because they don't want everybody in the lobby fighting for it. And it looks like Bulbasaur's coming in right now to try to contest them on moving this box because Bulbasaur, they really, really need to get a plug here to get that extra money as they are so far behind on the cash right now. But look at all the fire on that box. It ends up going through. Palma ends up going down. Nuwak with that V9S. And Special Force, they are able to keep control of that box. And now the box on the other side of the map did get plugged. It looks like, are they going to split it? They're getting jumped on by Cyborg here because Bulbasaur, they do want this plug. Because even if it does get split, they're fine, but it's not going to happen because Special Force says, no, we want this Nuwak. End up taking out all 3 of them there, and now they're going to move this box to the other side of the map and really guarantee them getting that second place spot with the double here. But they do kind of got to be careful still because it is still kind of a kill race, and it looks like they're noticing that, and they're going to opt for the safer play, and they're going to split it instead.
Split it and plug in now with a good bit of... a little bit of staggering going on as well. On the other side, we see Random Tongues and Five Face already trying to contest this spot right here. There's an attempt of a steal, but it's not going to be able to be pulled out. Five Face still staying strong. Never mind. Carnifex going to be taken out. Treason as well from a different team. The steal is now going on, but there's 2 teams already contesting this. Maybe 3 if you count Five Face still into the game. Nagos, the last man now standing. It has been swapped, and right now the 2 favorites of this Bulbasaur and Five Phase are not in the game. They need at least one of the cashes. Both of these 2 teams, one is enough, and that is really what is going to matter. But there's not a lot of time left.
Yeah, definitely not a lot of time left there, and somehow Five Fears have avoided a full team wipe again. They have so much pressure on them, and so many people are trying to fight them over there. Bulbasaur are here, ready to fight now. Nagiri, really good trigger dish, been staying invis there, but he gets jumped on by Kareki with that Revo anyways. Palma is going to get a kill with that quick melee on them, but Kareki is going to get the defib off Roma is back up alive, immediately traded again off of that defib sickness by Palma. Kareki finding another one onto Cyborg. It's just trading back and forth. Boba Slurpers finally end up going down now. Five Fears, I'm not sure if they're still around on this side of the map, but if they're going to go in, they got to go in right now. They might have actually rotated all the way around to the other side of the map. It looks like they did. They're now fighting Special Force on this side. Nagos is going to find a pick onto Yurg. They're going to try to swap this over, but Monster Pig is there to stop it, but Nuwak ends up going down. Now it's only Monster Pig less alive. He has to stop this, because if he doesn't, Five Fears are going to take it. The Goose Stop is going through. Nagos is going to stick it, and he does! Five Fears is going to take that box. Can they hold it for the last 10 seconds, though?
Boboslapper ready here and ready to fight this. They're trying to dive this as quick as possible. It's going to be a bit of a tough thing to do. The time is ticking away. 7 seconds now left. They need to start it. They're on the steal. But the question is, can they hold it? They cannot. Five Fears will prevail and get themselves on the top bid.
Wow.
With Brandon Tongues. They're now in the final. Boboslapper out, and same as Special Forces at the bitter end. He could not stick it. Dread, what an unbelievable of a switch at the bitter end. Five Fears will prevail, and my god, they're in the final yet again.
Wow, absolutely insane. I do not know how Five Fears didn't wipe a single time there. There was so many times where one of them was last alive. Carnifex was last alive for a little bit. Nagos was the last one alive for a little bit there, and somehow they were able to slip away and live for their teammates to end up using their coins. And I don't know if we were even able to check this. Maybe we can see on the scoreboard once it opens up, but I think they might have used every single one of their coins. Jerry, what was that?
That was unbelievable. That was the finals, ladies and gents. That was just pure entertainment from start to finish. And I don't know how Five Fears kept themselves in that game. I've got to be honest. They felt like they were on the back foot constantly. Random Tongues coming over here, making sure that Cash Out Ace stayed protected for the longest time. And you got to think back to that moment that Special Force hesitated and moved the box away, thinking, oh yeah, we want to double it here. No, we want to send it back and play the safer game. Committing to neither may have just cost them that game. Five Fears have taken the much more difficult path, you could argue, but here it is, just a summary of that finale bracket as it stands. Random Tongues and Five Fears progressing to the
throughout the day, and they're both extremely strong in the 3v3s, especially. I mean, it's going to be insane. I think, you know, all of these guys specifically, I was going to